Arif Ansari there, as you can see. Derek Hatton, former Deputy Leader of Liverpool Council, is here. When you look back on the Militant era, Derek, do you look back with pride or do you feel a bit ashamed?
I think when you look back at 30 years, you had a wonderful opportunity here to start to show what was really going on in there at that time. Don't forget, you had a city where 1 in 4 people were unemployed, where £20 million had been actually robbed by the Thatcher government in terms of housing allocation for the city, while the Liberal and Tory alliance in Liverpool just stood by and watched it. You had a situation where people obviously were starting to feel a little bit angry. We got elected with a small majority and a massive majority.
And you made a big impact.
We made gains, made a lot of gains in 1984, as a result of people saying, hang on a minute, that's what we want to vote for. And they didn't vote for militant tenants or anything like that. They voted for Labour, they voted for a Labour council. And that Labour council, when you think about it, I mean, I'm just looking at some of that stuff over the last 3 years. It's one of the worst pieces of journalism I've ever seen.
What,
it's absolutely disgraceful.
Well,
I'll tell you now. I tell you now. First of all, it's naive, right? And
it's naive.
First of all, it's naive and lazy. My grandkids could have gone on Google and picked up that same stuff very easily. And secondly, it was biased. You know, the Liverpool Echo has never been a fan of what I've done. I went to see them a couple of months ago, as I came to see your boss Aziz as well, right?
Well,
hang on a minute. I went to see them, and I said to them, "This is the picture." They actually did a balance, and they looked at the housing bill, the jobs being created, and they went and talked. Let me. Five out of 6 people you interviewed were all against. 5 out of 6. Now that is not balanced,
Well,
Roger.
hang on a minute. We interviewed your deputy. We interviewed the leader of your party, the Labour Party, as you say.
No. 5 people who were against what we were doing.
Jane Kennedy, who was a union official in Labour, and Peter
You can say all you like.
Labour.
You can dress this up all you like. The reality is, the 5 out of the 6 people you've interviewed so far were all against what we did. All referred to. But by the way, why didn't you go and interview some of the people who got new houses? Why didn't you interview some people who got jobs? Why didn't you interview some people who've been thrown out the slums that have been there for years? Jane knows all about that. Why didn't you go and interview some of those people? Arif didn't do what... It was one of the worst bits of reporting I've ever seen. And even when you've got a situation where the Liverpool Echo, who've never been a fan, can do a balanced report this year, I think it's absolutely disgraceful what the BBC's done.
You've had the chance here to put that straight.
And you've just had 3 films.
And you have put it straight very vociferously and very vocally. So you can't say you haven't had your chance to put it level.
3 films in 3 days.
You've said your
3
piece.
films. No, Rog, you've done 3 films in 3 days. You've been totally biased. An absolutely disgraceful form of journalism.
Well, look, I had a whole load of questions to ask you, to look back and reflect and to see...
What you should be looking at is the way we succeeded. They succeeded with housing, succeeded with jobs, we kept getting elected. Eventually it was the House of Lords that removed us. And I'll tell you what, Rog, not many people in Liverpool voted for the House of Lords.
All right, Derek, well, I'm sorry, because you've ranted, we didn't get through any of it.
No, I didn't rant at all. Hang on a minute, I didn't rant, I put the position.
Well,
you mightn't like it, but that's the position.
Well, you've had
that's
your
the reality.
You've had your say.
Well, don't say rant then.
We've struck a balance. Derek Hatton, thank you.
Now.